What's going on, yo? Gonzo's Convos, season 5, and I believe we're on episode 11 now. So we passed up 10. I fuck with it. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Shari Montega. Um, I am a jack of all trades, I guess is what you would call me. I
Why,
don't
why,
really,
why, why you say that?
because I'm like, I don't really just like specifically do one thing. I do model, I make clothes, I sing. I do a lot.
So you over here doing it all? Okay,
I'm
okay,
that's the plan. I'm trying to build in whatever avenue I can put my foot in.
okay. Which one of those is speaking out to you the most?
Um,
That's what, like
what
chasing forward.
the one that speaks out to me the most would be my clothes. Um, the stuff that I sew, put together, the things that I create is just because it's something I've always done, even as a kid. Like I used to jump
Yeah,
on my grandma's sewing machine and take old socks and make Barbie clothes or whatever. So that's something that's always been a part of me. So that's what speaks to me more.
that's pretty cool. I've always
Yeah.
kind of been afraid of those sewing machines because like the way they go down, like if you
Getting your
fuck up,
finger caught.
yeah, like them, yeah.
They make things for that. They make like that's what well not for sewing machines, but the thimbles, people didn't know that thimbles were for people to put on their fingertips. So when they were hand sewing, they weren't constantly like poking their fingers. That's
Oh,
what
I didn't know. I just see the old school movies and like they would like fuck up, and I'm like, damn, never, not for me.
no, let me stay away from the sewing machine. No, hurt.
Oh yeah, fuck all that. But where's the name Montega come from? That sounds Spanish to me.
So, Montega, if you look in the Urban Dictionary, means dope, and it's the street term for like dope, the drug or whatever. So, Shari Montega, Shari is dope.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where it came
I just thought it was like a Spanish name. Like I thought maybe it like half Latina or something like that. I don't know.
from. No, I don't know. I gotta check my ancestry. I got a lot of stuff in my ancestry, so who knows? Who knows? But no, it came from me trying to find a way to better describe myself or how I looked at myself, like when I did my clothing, because my clothing line, the name is called Beautiful Destructions.
Right.
It's because I do find beauty in destruction. I like to tear things apart and put them back together in a way that they weren't initially meant to be together. I love recreating things. So a
I
beautiful
got
destruction. So I feel like there's more beauty in chaos than something that's naturally beautiful. You always find beauty in something that's like, I don't know, car wrecks. I know that's bad.
I'm sorry. What?
No,
What?
not people. No, okay, listen. Have you ever been to a junkyard? Because I've done a photo shoot in a junkyard. And if you walk through a junkyard and you see like these classic cars, and as messed up as it is, they are tore up. They are destructed, but they're still beautiful in a sense because you can look at that car and you can see what it was.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's what I mean. It's like I find the beauty in destruction because I feel like there's always something that comes from something being destroyed. Something beautiful, I feel like, always comes from it. And that's
Word.
just how I look at things.
So like if a whole building collapses, you feel like something beautiful can come of that.
It could, because you don't know what they're gonna build from it,
The
or
same
what.
tower.
What?
I said the same building, the same.
What if it's not the same building? Like, I, I'm trying to figure out a way to put this. It doesn't sound like so. So, uh, okay, 9/11. Listen, hear me out.
So you saw where I was going with that, right? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So 9/11, as horrible as that was, and as heartbreaking because people lost loved ones. Like something was lost for everybody. Like,
Yeah.
but in the wake of it, and in the chaos of it. You've seen all these people come together and how everybody like seemed to join together. And then even after that, they made the memorial. So you have these walls that were dedicated to all these people lost, and these walls with names. It's something beautiful that came from something that was destroyed.
Okay, I see what
So
you mean.
yeah, that's what I mean.
I see what you mean. No, I just had to really understand like what you meant by that type of thing.
Look, I be having it because the mind of an Aquarius, because we we
Hold on. I'm an Aquarius. Wait, what you mean?
when's your
I'm
birthday?
January 20th.
Oh, you're January Aquarius. No offense.
Okay, look. To be
My
fair,
birthday.
to be fair, I don't jump into zodiac signs like that. I don't even know my own that much. So
Bruh,
when people ask my zodiac sign, I find it weird. You know what I'm saying?
you're
Because I
like,
feel like they're either gonna judge me based off of that, or I don't know, think of me some type of way.
no,
You
it's I don't fully I don't I'm not gonna say I judge people based off their zodiac sign because every person shows something different regardless of
Thank you
it's
for
a
that.
character thing for me. But
Thank
I do find it very interesting sometimes when someone is like, well, I'm this, or the people who do know their full birth chart, they're like, oh, I'm this, that. And sometimes if you know enough about it, you can see like, all right, so they're not lying about you. You know, the
I guess. I guess.
sometimes, sometimes, not all the time, because you can be an Aquarius sun and not know the rest of your birth chart and have no characteristics you feel of an Aquarius. Like you don't act, but it's because you have other signs. You don't have one sign. Like you're literally multiple signs.
Right. I've had
Like
people that were so into zodiac signs tell me like, "Oh, your Jupiter is this. That makes a lot of sense." Like, what, bro? What are you talking
never
about?
been to Jupiter. What are you talking? Oh yeah, no. Ast- Astrology and just the stars in general in space is something that I've always been obsessed with, even as a young kid. So it's not it. It kind of sucks now because of like things like TikTok and social media, and like
Ooh, let's get into that.
you can scroll down TikTok and like I could say like every almost every other video someone reading tarot cards or someone
I'm not
those
the only one that sees that shit. Like, what the
no
fuck?
they're everywhere. They're everywhere, and some of them I feel are authentic. Some of them I feel are truly authentic.
Are
Some
you
of
talking
them
about the ones where they're like, send a gift and I'll do a reading? I'm like, what the fuck?
no, like there's some there I come across some they don't care if you send them anything. They'll do like collective readings. And some things can resonate with you. Like I do my own tarot readings. I don't read for people.
Right.
I don't allow people to read for me. I do my own. I don't push it on anybody because I feel like that's something that people have to want to do for themselves. It's not something that I'm gonna be like, oh my god, let me read your cards. No,
I
because
feel like I feel like tarot is very controversial with people as well. Because like I'm one of those people that's like I'll see tarot and I'm like I'm not gonna fuck with that energy if that makes sense.
no,
Just because I don't know about it.
it makes sense. So it's something that I'm learning. That's one of the biggest reasons I won't read for other people. Where I feel
Right.
like on TikTok, someone will get on the TikTok shop, go buy tarot cards, they get them, and then like the next week they're like, oh, let on TikTok, like, oh yeah, the collect. No, no,
No.
no, no, we're not gonna do that. So it's definitely something that I do personally for myself, not because I'm like, oh, I wanna make money or I want to profit off of it. The only thing I'm trying to profit off of is to find out if it resonates with me. If like if
Right.
I pull this card this morning and it gives me this message, I pay attention throughout my day where it might have become relevant for me.
I got you.
But, yeah, but it's just it's something I find interesting. If I find something interesting, I'm gonna dive into it.
Yeah. I mean I find like going back to the space shit, I find extraterrestrial shit interesting as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what lives where and where's what type of deal.
I
But
love
like,
it. That's why I got my spaceship right
yeah, right.
there.
But but I also like I'm the child of God, you know what I'm saying? I'm with God type deal. And it's weird to talk to other people that are like that because they believe that there's no aliens. Like it's heaven, earth, hell. That's it. And
No.
it's like you don't think this motherfucker created a whole bunch of other
Other
shit?
place there we are not the only beings. I can't
Definitely.
I cannot I cannot in the heart of hearts of my heart believe that we are in this whole wide world universe alone and that we were the only life created outside of
There's
the
no
aliens
way.
that roam this. No, I will never not ever believe that. And that doesn't mean I don't believe in God or I don't believe in, a creator. It just means that I'm not
You're
close.
open minded.
Yeah, I'm not a closed minded person. Like I'm open. I'll have a whole. I love those conversations. Yes, let's talk. Yes, let's talk about what else is out there because nope. I'm like, what is this? It's a group chat, but no, I wholeheartedly believe that there is more life out there. We can't.
There's gotta be.
Yeah, I'm
Simple
like,
as that. Like as big as this whole fucking universe is, like, bro.
cause you gotta think like some of the things that we've adapted here on Earth, where where did they come from? Like things that were built. What would they say? Like okay, like they talk about the pyramids. Like I know you've seen stuff like Ancient Aliens, where they talk about like there's
Hey,
no way,
a lot
there's
of
no
people will
way.
say a lot of people say that's a nerdy ass show, but it's an interesting show. So I don't give a fuck
Ancient
how nerdy.
Aliens is my show.
It's an interesting ass show, and they go deep into it. So I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm paying attention. I'm like being mom right now. Got Instacart orders on the way.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not Christmas time, so I don't blame you.
yeah, I'm like I am. My son, he's like, I know you cooking, but can we look? Okay, I'm finna Instacart because I don't have time for this. No, but Ancient Aliens, like those shows, even if you don't believe in everything that they say, I do believe that there is truth in some of the things that they say. They might not be giving you
Yeah,
everything, but if you listen close enough and even go do your own research and look for other resources of like, okay, well, where did they get this from? Like the
right.
thing
There's
with the
logic behind it. Yeah,
pyramids, they're like, I don't believe that just people was able
built.
to build those pyramids.
But
What did you?
there's people out there that strongly believe that, like, yeah, they just did it and they figured it out. Okay, but when they talk about how it aligns with certain stars and all this other bullshit, because that's stuff. How do you
Like
explain that? Man? You know,
they're how are they getting these big bricks of sand or whatever they were to
and
get?
make a point on the top.
Like there is no look. I I'm like it took forever for. I feel like for skyscrapers, tall buildings, they
Hmm.
needed big machinery. There were other things, tools they needed. And I know for a fact that we were just now getting these type of things as time went on. So how were they able to do those things?
Not only that, but they were able to make a sphinx, the little sphinx thing. Like they were able to make that type of shit
Yeah,
without
so like
any machinery. So it's like
no, y'all not just gonna keep lying in my face. You're not gonna keep telling me,
something otherworldly definitely helped them.
yeah, you're not gonna keep telling me, hey, the sky is purple when I'm looking at it and I can see that it's blue, but you
You're not
want me
you're
to
you're not a flat earther, are you?
no,
Okay, good.
no,
I
no.
don't really understand where that comes from, but I'm glad you're not.
No, I'm not. Can you believe it? If it's round, then how? I'm like, so
They
you've
say
never.
on the ice walls. Well, no shit. That don't mean it's flat, motherfucker. Like
It was
you
like
can
no
go
one.
over.
This is like so y'all telling me that the pictures that they show us of outer space, you don't see this big globe.
Like
This
nah,
big,
but see, for that argument, they'll be like, oh, but that was fake though.
right.
I'm just
What about
telling
the
you.
other? What about the other planets? Do they believe those are flat as well? Like that's.
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I didn't get that far because
I just.
I got so annoyed with it. I was like, all right, whatever, fuck it.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even get into those. Like as soon as somebody says something like that, I just look and be like, I'm good. All right, I'm gonna head out because
They're a different breed at that point.
it will frustrate you. It will frustrate. It
It,
will frustrate you to the
it
point where you're
frustrates
like,
the fuck out of me. It frustrates the fuck out of me for sure.
okay, so we really gonna have this conversation. I don't.
Like, okay, so when it comes to the moon landing, I could see why people say it was fake, but at the same time, like they really invested a lot of money into that shit. So I don't think they're just gonna invest all that money and then not go to the moon. You
They
see,
went. Now, what they showed us, I think that's what
it was,
people are more or less is like. There was more to it. You know, they seen way more.
you saw the TikTok video on it. You saw the TikTok video on it.
No, I didn't. I promise
There,
you. But
there,
you
was-
gonna
there
have
was
to send it to me.
there was a TikTok video about that where it's like the moon landing was real, but the footage was not. Like the footage was fake, but that's to hide from what they really found on the moon type shit.
No, I did not see this video, but now I want you to make sure you send it to me on TikTok so I can
So
watch
that's
it.
long gone. That's long gone in the
Okay, cool.
FYP,
It's
whatever
fine.
the
I'll
fuck.
Google it. I'm gonna Google it somewhere. But no, I that's honestly what I believe. Like it was just they couldn't show us what was really seen. Like that whole the dark side of the moon.
Right, that shit's kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah,
to you.
like so when they started that became one of those things that I feel like I started thinking more about honestly when they came out with the Transformers, the Dark Side of the Moon, and I was like, oh shit, what is on the other side? And I'm like, man, they like the movies they show us, the movies they make. I do believe there is truth in a lot of that stuff that they. You said what? Your body is sore because you're growing. My, I'm doing my podcast. This is my youngest son. He'll he can't see me. He's like there. There you go. Say hi.
What up?
What's up? You said your body is sore. Go get the heating pad. What you want to take a salt bath? Want to take a salt bath? Later. Okay.
You play sports?
He is football, basketball, soccer.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say he seemed tall as fuck, so I was gonna say
No,
basketball.
he's not short. He is actually not. I'm 5'4". He is 5'2". He is not grown yet.
Okay, we need to get into this right here because this is probably my favorite topic to talk about, right? So, going to this generation, right? Kind of staying away from the extraterrestrial shit. We'll get back to that, but going into this generation, right? What I see a lot of what the females look for in my generation is height and money. Money's always been a thing, but the height is something new, and the zodiac signs. I'm gonna throw that in the mix too. So what do you think it is about that?
um, height for me personally, height. I'm not saying I won't date a guy that's like 5'8" or something like that, but
That's still a stretch, but okay, go ahead.
I'm not a stretch. I'm 5'4". I'm 4 more inches taller than me. I can't get that.
Okay, what about a motherfucker that's 5'5" or 5'6" or you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it would depend on the person. Like I'm not saying I like there was a guy I was dating for about 4 months. He was like 5'6", 5'7". He was a good guy. Great. I mean,
I'm gonna say that's a tall I am. I'm 5'6", but yeah.
no, I think it just depends on how you click with the person. Like personally, do I like taller guys? Yes. But do I discriminate if a guy that has good qualities who's not like my ideal height comes to me and and we click and there's something? No, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're too short, go away. I can't talk to you.
Okay,
No,
so you fall out of the realm of this generation because this generation is completely different.
well,
There were females like that's not even just a preference. Like they specifically
technically I am a millennial.
Whatever that means. You know
I was born in 85. I'm 38. So
85. Okay, so yeah, definitely out of this generation.
yeah,
But
so I'm like, no.
But I'm sure you still see it on social media. You still see how shit goes down, everything like that. I'm a 2002 baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm 21 years old, so I grew up in the era where it's like it was good, and then it started getting shitty. You see what I'm saying? So
No, this generation is I'm oh my god, I'm like
like early 2000s was fine. Early
I
2000s
get
was fine,
I
but
get hit on by younger guys a lot.
that's not
And
a bad thing.
it's
That's
not
not.
that no, it's not that it's bad. It's just that first off, my oldest is 20. He'll be 21 in April. So there's like that fine line of like a guy might see me at a bar and like think that I'm like 26, 25, 26.
Right,
And
I thought he was around my age for.
and then I get to talking to him, and not that he says anything immature, like the age thing comes up, and I'm like, oh, damn. And he'll be like, what? I'm like, oh, I can't.
So
I
what?
can't.
Why do you say? Why do you say you can't with the younger men out there?
I'm not saying I haven't. I try not to listen. It's because I think in my head, I'm like, he's my son's age.
Okay, but like, like
I
that's
know
the type of shit you can't do.
my son has been like, Mom, it's not like it's not an adult. Like they're 21, you are grown, and I know that there are plenty of relationships and people out here who do like who will date somebody younger than them. Like
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, the guy I'm talking to right now is 22, but the disconnect comes with the generation thing of like sometimes how these guys act at 22, where like I'm just like, dang, like
All right. So give me a breakdown. How exactly do they act?
it's like there's inconsistency. There is that they're so used to like the toxic girls of this generation.
Can you blame
The
them?
I'm gonna like the girls that want to argue with Cardi said. Cardi said gotta argue with them because your love is toxic. Like that. That is, I feel like that's what they want. Like they want that girl that's on them like that, and I'm like,
No. So I'm gonna break it down for you, right? Because I'm myself in a relationship myself. So I'm gonna break it down for you. We don't exactly want that toxic. We don't want that. You know what I'm saying? That argument and all that shit. Arguments happen, whatever, they're normal, but we don't want that to happen. But
right,
we're so used to that toxicity that we're presented to. You know what I'm saying? Ever since high school, middle school, whatever, I'm used to that type of toxicity coming my way.
right.
So if I feel like if she's not bringing that like argument, like she's not bringing a problem to me, I feel like something's off.
Like, okay, she not really into me like she says she is because,
Something.
but that's the thing is like, once I realized that because as a female, like I'm pretty laid back. We get along easy.
You don't look like a argumentative type of
I
person.
I don't like to argue. I do not like one
But I
like
feel like it gets scary when you do. Like you ready to throw hands.
not throw hands. It's just that my mouth is reckless because once my feelings are hurt, now I want to hurt your feelings. And I'm not gonna say anything that isn't accurate, but I'm gonna tell you some truth about yourself. And now I'm gonna read you because you should have been careful how you played with me. Like don't play with my feelings.
Okay.
One, I don't I don't like to let people in, especially like it's a little harder for me now. One, because my husband passed away in 2021, so I was with him for 10 years, and
Right.
he took his life. So um, getting back into the dating game has been like this thing where I'm just like, no, I don't want to do it anymore.
I
I'm
got
so
you.
I am so scared of people just being not real. Like I just and that's the thing is like I feel like whenever I have had a connection with someone and I don't connect with people like that, like it's like it's got to be something. And even with this last person, like the person that I'm currently talking to, like there was literally like this magnetic pool, and where when I first seen him, he like I seen him over everyone else, and my eyes just whatever. And there was a reason for the path, whatever it was. We connected for a reason, but it's just like it's so frustrating.
No, I got you. No.
It's so frustrating because it's like
So when it comes down to it, I could see why you wouldn't go for the younger guys, the younger generation, because I ain't gonna lie to you, a lot of the guys my age or around there kind of act a different way versus what you're used to.
Now, don't get me wrong. The guys my age are pretty much on the same level as like there is no there is no different there's no difference right now with what I'm seeing. Is
Right.
guys that are my age are acting like the guys that are in their 20s. Why? Because the guys that are my age are also going for are purposely going for the younger girls. So they like, some of them are like going and, they and not all of them, but there is a nice amount of where you can't tell. Like I met the 22-year-old, I believe is more mature than guys I've met my age.
I've been told that too. Like I'm more mature for my age, but that's because I'm the oldest of my siblings. I feel like when there's certain factors that play into stuff like that, but at the same time, if they don't have siblings or if they're like the middle child, the younger child, you're gonna see how childish they are.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever you're talking to might be either the only child or is the oldest of their siblings.
Yeah, and me, I'm the oldest, so I was second mom. I was whatever, so it's just I don't know. And typically I don't really date guys older than me because every time I feel like a guy older than me it's always been weird. And this is why.
I want to know. This is interesting. I want to know why.
So my mom's brother, my uncle, and I are 5.5 years apart.
Right.
So he's more like my brother than my uncle. So growing up, I never would date older guys because I was like, it always felt like I was dating someone like my uncle. Like, and when I started getting older, some of his friends would like try to hit on me, like you're like my uncle. Like, no. So that kind of led into
their shot, man. I mean, fuck. At least they shoot their shot.
Yeah, but my uncle would have, like, if my uncle would have found out that some of his friends were trying to talk to me, it would have been so many problems.
They would have scrapped for it.
Yeah, so I always ended up either dating someone exactly my age or younger than me.
Right.
But the women in my family have always been older than their male counterparts. And I don't know, I didn't realize it until I got older, and I like asked my grandma, and I'm like, wait, you're older? Oh, Mom, you're older? I'm like, is this just what we do? We just go. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with dating anymore. It's so hard.
I think the best. I don't know. I feel. I think the best thing to do is just go with the flow right now. Because what else are you gonna do? This generation is already fucked up when it comes to relationships, when it comes to dating, when it comes to communication too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the communication.
I feel like you have a lot to say. Spill it out.
The I understand that. I'm the type of person that like when I do feel like I'm going through stuff, I do tend to seclude myself. Like I kind of push people away. You don't hear much from me or whatever. Right. I am literally dealing with a person who does the same exact thing, and I don't know how to take it. I'm like on the other end of my own bullshit, and I'm just like, oh, I want to fight because he will like. If he doesn't want to talk, he's not going to say anything. And I'm the type of person, like, if you're not going to talk to me, I'm not going to talk to you. So we will literally go,
Real shit. Like, I'm big on communication. So, like, if my significant other's not communicating, that shit bothers the fuck out of me.
And it bothers me.
Because I'm like, everything is established based off of communication. Everything is run off of communication. Why the fuck can you communicate with me now?
Because then if you don't, now I'm an overthinker. So now I am in my head trying to figure, what did I do? What's wrong? What's going on? Are we even talking anymore? Am I single? And like I've lately like
I wouldn't go that far, but you know.
But that's how I feel. I'm like, well, I'm single, but I'm not single, but I'm single. Like I've been seeing those memes. Like somebody's like, "Are you single?" Hold on, let me go ask really quick. I'll let you know. Like
it's gotten that bad with this.
It's
with
just
this
like
guy?
the thing is like we already don't live in the same city. So like, and he
Oh,
will,
it's long distance.
and he comes to visit me, and I'm like, but at the same time, like, I like having my space, so I like that we have that, because when we are around each other, you can tell like it's a genuine connection. We literally
Right,
miss each other, while this, that, and the other. But lately it's just been feeling but I'm also like not trying to move and go. It's not like I'm like, well, shit, or get off the pot, or you holding up the line. Because there's plenty of guys trying to talk to me. I just don't want to talk to anybody else. Like, I, I'm like, to me, if this doesn't pan out, because I'm not trying to force anything. I've
right,
just been letting it go. Like, if we just end up not talking anymore, then that is what it is.
right.
But I plan, if that's the case, I'm going into 2024 single, and I'm gonna stay.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm gonna do
Nothing
my
wrong.
best to actually just try to go a year without being in a relationship, because
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, I'm
Um,
like,
I'm not trying to scare you right here, right now, right? But long distance for me has never worked, and I'm gonna tell you why. Long distance for me never worked because I'm what's the word for it? I like physical touch. I'm a affectionate type.
touch is one of your love languages.
That's my love language. So with long distance, you can't really do that as often, and depending on how far away they are. So how far away is your significant other?
Like 2 hours.
See, yeah, even 2 hours, I'd be like, bro, like that's a long fucking time. Like, I'm the type of dude that's like, you need to get here now because I'm feeling needy.
Hurry up!
I'm a man. I have needs type of deal. So you need to get your ass over here type
And
shit.
see, the thing is like, it started off like, but I feel like every relationship, you always have that honeymoon period. Like, that shit starts off hot. Like,
I had that
it's
shit fast as fuck. I ain't gonna
it's
lie.
intense, it's hot, and then like, I think once the reality of the situation starts to set in, that's when you start to evaluate, like, is this gonna work? Like, because now it's starting to get hard. Like, dang, because like I want to say like the first 3 weeks we were talking, I've seen him like every weekend. He works, he would work, and after he get off work in the third shift, he would
Right.
make his way here. And I'm like, damn, that's consistency. That's dedication. That's whatever. And then
That
it's
is
like,
dedication. Props to him for that shit.
hell yeah, like, and I was like, okay, show me you want me.
Because to work like Monday through Friday and then to just go on the weekends, do all that traveling on the weekends, yeah, props to him for that.
Like,
I'm
and
gonna
like,
tell you this. That means he really wants you type deal.
yeah, but then it's like it stopped. And my thing is like, now
Stop. What do you mean to stop?
I did see him last Sunday. I like, because I went and got him last Sunday or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like, I'm not mad that he can't move, because it could be anything. It could be any number of things. Like,
Don't jump to the conclusion that he's talking to other females though. Just
and that's
yet.
and that's what I'm trying. That's the thing where I'm trying not to do, because it's always going to be like, oh well, he's got another girl.
Right.
And I try to push those type of thoughts out of my head and be like, it could be any number of things. I don't know, financial, transportation, he's trying to save money, and it is like having to do back and forth and do like that is money or whatever. So I do keep those things into consideration. Also, like him saying that he's got stuff, that he's okay, that's fine. Like, I'm just really about communication. If you talk to me, let me know, like, yo, where do we stand, what's going on, so I'm not fucking going off the cliff, off into whatever my thoughts lead me into, thinking it's something else. Because I'm definitely like, don't introduce me to a personality, or don't introduce me to something you can't maintain.
So how long have you been with him first though?
We've only been talking for like a month and a half.
A month. So I could tell you it takes a good 5 to 6 months to really see exactly how a person truly is. And I'm sure you already know that.
I do, but I'm at a point where I'm like, once you start Chloe Bailey has this video that's like that um
Chloe Bailey. Who's Chloe Bailey? Let me know.
uh, do you know who Haley Bailey is? The girl who played Little Mermaid.
I know who Halle Berry is. I don't know who Haley Berry is.
Okay, Chloe
Shout out to Halle Berry. You know what I'm saying? But
Halle Berry. Chloe Bailey is a singer. It was her and her sister. It was Chloe and Halle, but they kind of went off and did their own thing.
right.
But she has this video, and I'll share it to you so you see it. But it's like, never let a man tell you more than once. Never let anybody tell you more than once, or show you more than once that they don't want to be with you. That they don't value you. That
I feel like that would apply to both sides, though.
Yeah, that's why I said never let anyone. That's why I started to say man, and then I was like, no, but
Yeah.
that, like never let a soul, never let a person show you, tell you, act like or anything more than once that they don't want to be with you. Because now you're I feel like you're lowering your value when you're valuable. Like
Yeah.
if that person is not going to show you that they want, okay, then don't move around. And that's my thing is that after like dealing with the things I dealt with my husband, because we didn't have the perfect relationship or the perfect marriage, but that was the love of my life.
There's no such thing as a perfect relationship or the perfect marriage. There's no such thing as that.
So like, we had problems, we had whatever, but it's like after him I realized, like, even sitting like the 2 years that I did like go through everything I went through, I realized like I let a lot of shit slide because
Right.
I loved him so much that I was willing to whatever that man wanted, whatever I was that in love with him, that Delulu or however you want to say it about him, where yeah, that's like my favorite word this week, Delulu.
No, don't stop it, because that's my favorite word to use on the females of this generation. Stop blaming me.
But no, like that is where, like, but because of that, I realized that I will never let another man in my life like that. I will never let another man cause me to compromise myself where I'm lowering my value because I want to make him happy. Right. Because I want him to love me, like me, or I'm not changing my appearance. I like who I am. I love who I am.
I think you should love who you are.
Every day I'm growing to love myself even more because every day I'm finding something else like, okay, bitch, I love that about you. But yes, child. The charger is over there. But you never let somebody be like to show you. And that's my thing is I think I've become so focused on not letting anybody play with me that the first couple of signs that you showing me, like, I'm like, let me back up. Like, my fallback game is A1. Like, if I'm so like, if you not gonna talk to me, I'm not gonna talk to you, and we just won't talk. Like, and I'm okay with, like, it sucks. I'm not gonna say I'm okay with it because I could think about you all the time. Still think about you, like, still pray for a person and wish them the best, but whatever the reason is, we just not gonna work out. If they spin the block, depending on who it is, I might, but I'm not putting pressure on nobody. The only person I'm putting pressure on is myself to be a better me. I don't care.
As you should do, and I feel like that's what everybody needs to do, not just females, not just male. I feel like that's what everybody needs to do. Is focus on what you got to do to improve yourself. And I feel like that's what, in this generation, that's not what they're doing enough. They're just going with the flow. They're just kind of just going day by day with whatever the fuck they got, if that makes sense.
So, no, that makes sense.
With that being said, that's why I feel like a lot of relationships fuck up. And that's why you see a lot of baby mamas to your left and to your right. And also on social media because of that type of situation, because it becomes toxic. The dude's not being enough. The female's not being enough. Like it's one or the other type of deal. But you see that on a day-to-day basis in this generation, and I feel like that needs to stop. Like that needs to get fixed real quick because there's gonna be a lot of fatherless children out there.
Yeah, Yeah, most definitely. It's like definitely one of those and I'm trust me, I'm not perfect. Like I feel like sometimes I struggle. Like I will communicate with a person, but sometimes I do struggle to find the words. So like I'm a person who I have to go in my notes and type out everything that I want to say and like proofread it.
Right.
Before I copy paste it and send it to a person, because I'm like, how does that sound? But then I also don't necessarily like. I feel like it is easier for me to write someone something than to sit and talk to them face to face about it a lot of the
Yeah,
time
see
because
that you gotta change up because that communication, that face to face communication means everything to everybody, no matter
I'm not
what. Like,
no, I trust me, I've gotten better at it. I don't know if it's like some situations where I feel maybe like, you know what, I don't even want to have like the face to face conversation. Like it's just because I feel like it's not gonna get anywhere, or like, and I'm trying to push myself past that.
so I
And
could tell you, even if it doesn't get anywhere, I could tell you at least you went and put yourself out there to where you're communicating with whoever it is you're communicating with. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
'Cause you're putting forth the communication, and that way you can also see if they're putting forth that communication back, if they're putting forth that same energy back. Because if they're not, then that can tell you, okay, they're not taking me seriously, type deal.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
no,
saying? Because
that's
texting is one thing, hitting somebody up on social media is one thing, but that face to face communication is completely different in the best way, in my opinion, and that's the most effective way to really get to somebody is face
that's
to
very
face.
true. That's very true. I think other than me feeling like I'm not gonna know what to say in the moment, like you know you're gonna, or that my message will come off unclear to them, like because
Right.
there are times where I'm like finding the right words without using ones that they might take offensive or like they.
But at the same time, though, with that, they should also understand like you probably don't know the best words to explain yourself yet. You know, so I
Mm-hmm.
feel like them being your significant other should also understand that. Like my significant other doesn't have the best way to explain shit. And I could tell you, like sometimes the words she uses, I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But and on the outside, I really understand that she just doesn't know how to communicate the best way. But at least she's trying to, and
That and
that's
the
something I
fact
can
that
always
someone
appreciate.
tries, the fact that
Yeah,
someone tries is what
right.
matters. And like
And that's something anybody can appreciate right there because that was face to face communication.
exactly, and it's crazy having this conversation with you because you are the male counterpart. You know, you're a male, so getting the getting a male's perspective and insight into certain situations really is like I'm having this conversation with you, and I've kind of had this conversation with like one of my friends, and they're because they are female, I feel like their opinion is so they don't have a biased opinion. You know, they're just automatically like, oh, you're my friend, and blah blah blah. Blah
Side
you're
with the female all the time. Yeah, I
and
get what you mean.
I'm not even gonna lie, I get mad at my friends. I don't even want to talk about it no more. Because bitch, I need you to be real with me. Don't just tell me what I want to hear. Like,
Yeah.
be so. I
At
think
the
that's
same
the
time,
reason.
there's a lot of dudes like that. Like dudes are gonna be biased to other dudes, and females gonna be biased to other females. But I'm one of those people that's gonna hit it to you straight.
And that's so much. That's like the most appreciative thing I can ask of anybody. And I'm like, man, but talking to you right now, listening to this, I'm just like, dang, like,
I don't seem 21, do I?
no, you don't. You do seem older than 20. I gave you like 25. I give you like 25.
God damn. At least I don't look 25, right?
No, you don't look 25, but I want to say like the way you speak and how you view things, it does give you an older mindset. Like you like, all right, I've been in the 20s for like at least I made it to the halfway point, whatever. Like you said, it's because you are an older sibling, so you've always kind of had to think older.
Right. I feel like I've been in the 20s for a while now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
You
gonna tell you
just
a little bit. No, because I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Latin culture, right? When it comes to like the
okay.
drinking age and stuff. Like I didn't have my first drink at 21, obviously. I had my first drink when I was like 10, 11, you know what I'm saying? You know, I have Theos there, I have Theas there drinking all the time. So, of course, I had to snag me some and see what that was like. But I learned at that age, like, okay, this shit gets you fucked up. This shit might get you a little bit tipsy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from the family that I had, type of deal. You know?
Right.
And that's just part of our culture, Latino culture.
So I'm happy. You know what? This was meant to happen. Okay, so the guy that I'm talking to is Mexican.
Oh shit! Is he like me or is he like a darker skinned Mexican, like Edgar Cut and shit?
Uh, he's like your color, but I think it's only because it's not summertime. Because I think he does get
That's
dark.
what I get. When it's not summertime, I get a little lighter, but summertime I get pretty dark. So.
But he's Mexican, and it was the first Mexican Latino guy that I've ever talked to
You
in
call
my
my
life.
Latino, bro? I'm dead.
So,
Like there's a difference. I'm gonna teach you something real quick. There's a difference between Latino and Latina. Latinos for the males, Latinos.
that's why I meant to say Latino.
Latinos
That's
for
why I'm
females.
like Tina is a girl. Okay. So
It's a girl.
no, Latina is a girl. No, I'm saying I was like Latina is a
Oh,
female.
I thought you meant your significant other was a girl. I was about to be like, bro, I have no advice for you then. Like, what
Like,
the
I'm
whole?
sorry. No, so I don't I don't know. I'm so like he I feel like we have similarities as far as growing up culture wise, not with everything,
Right.
but there's like comparisons. You know, you can compare, oh, well, you have this, well, we have that. Okay, well,
I get
I
what you're
don't
trying
know.
to say.
Like, I don't, I, it's, he's like, he is so hard to read, and I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this: am I hard to read?
No, like, I feel like you're like pretty down to earth, pretty like, but it may also be when you have a podcast, like you have
That
that
personality for a podcast.
yeah,
Okay.
like you. So with him, he's more like quiet, laid back,
There's people like that for sure.
and,
Um,
and like he's
I feel
just
like the more, so I feel like the longer you're with him, the more he'll open up himself to you. Because the vibe I'm getting off of what you're telling me about him is like you said, he's very quiet. He's not really outspoken like that, and he won't really give like all of himself right away type of deal. So I feel like the longer you're with him, the more you're gonna get out of him type of deal. The more vibe you're gonna get out of him.
I'm trying. I'm like
I
I'm
wouldn't rush it. You know what I'm saying? It's only been a month. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't rush it.
I'm not. I'm just like I'm chilling. I think that's also my thing is like I'm I'm the type of person like I've never been actually single as long as I've been single. So I've like for like 2 years like I've dated, but I've never
What,
actually.
what, what did you meet? What did you meet him at? Or how did y'all meet?
So we actually met in this local bar here, but he's not from here.
That's crazy because I tell people like if you want to meet a significant other, it's not gonna be in a bar and it's not gonna be in a club. It's gonna be probably at the motherfucking grocery store or like, someplace where people aren't so fucked up. So that's funny you say a bar. That's
So
interesting as fuck.
it was so when my one of my friends and I had actually we went to Peoria. We went to Peoria and we came back and we were like, hey, well, let's go hit up one of the bars here because we got back early. So when we went to the bar, like as soon as I walked in, he out of everyone, he was like the first person that my eyes just kind of, and I was just like, okay, like why was he the first person when he's like 6'4", and he's like a big guy, and I don't even like.
Wait, so he's Mexican, 6'4" and built?
Like not Bill. He's just like a bigger like.
Forget the built part. He's not in the fucking NBA, and he's 6'4".
I don't. He look. He's about 6'4". He has to be because
That's the first thing I'd be questioning. Why the fuck are you not in the NBA or like some type of professional sport? Like, what is going on here? You know what I'm saying?
I think I just have a thing for tall guys because my youngest two boys' dad is 6'7". So
right, but like, okay, I always say, and it's probably because I'm short, whatever it is, but I always say dudes that are 6'3" and taller, why the fuck are they not in professional sports?
Because most of them be thugs.
That's probably the real answer here. But like, if I had their height, bro, I would be pushing to be in the NBA, or I'd be pushing to be in the NFL. Like, I'd be pushing to be in some type
somewhere to do something with that height. Yeah,
because I have the athletic ability, but I don't have the height. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did MMA instead.
Muggsy Bowman did not have the height, but had the athletic ability, and he was one of the shortest NBA players ever.
Fuck all that. If you are 16, you have the athletic ability and you have the height. Stop playing. You could do something with that. And this dude's Mexican, so that's not an excuse. You feel me? Like, there's a lot of Mexican soccer players, a lot of Mexican fighters. There's a lot of Mexican fucking football players.
But
Basketball players.
He's got. I think his sights are on other things. Like it's not really sports. Like he's got other goals set, and I know he does. Like,
and there's not a lot of tall Mexicans either, man. Like he's the only Mexican I know that's I've heard of that's 6'4".
Hold on, you said what? I don't know. Where'd you put him? You were the last one to have him. Yeah.
Talking about.
Oh man. Yeah, I know they're in my room. I think they're in that little. Don't mess up my dresser trying to look for stuff, Lord Jesus.
No, but yeah, he's the tallest Mexican I've ever heard of. 6'4".
He might be like 6'3". I don't know, but either way, he's tall.
Either way, he's tall. Yeah. So
like he's like, I see him, and now I can't unsee him. Like every part of the bar, because I seen him first. I'm like, okay, that was weird. Every part of the bar we went to, and it didn't matter. I could not even be looking in his direction, but I could feel him, and I would look, and he wouldn't even be looking at me, but for some reason I look, and then all right, cool. So we got to the point where me and my friend, we were about to leave, because she's like, I'm ready to go. She's like, we're not gonna be in here that long, blah, 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 ready to go. So we're getting ready to leave. We're coming from out of the beer garden to the bar, and then they start playing the cha-cha slide. Now she's like, ooh, this is my song. And she gets to dance, and I said, you just said we were finna leave. We didn't say goodbye. We've already said goodbye like 6 times to people, and somehow ended up not leaving. So now where we're standing in this area by the bar is like by the bathroom, but by this other stuff, and we're standing. We're just cha-cha sliding. This older Mexican gentleman has his eyes on my friend, and he likes how she's dancing. He's like, I like how you move.
Did she dance with him or no?
It's not really, but he's they did a little movie or whatever. He goes, I'm gonna buy y'all drinks. So we're standing at the bar. He gets us our drinks. He said,
this don't sound like a bar. This sounds like a club, but go ahead.
It's not a club though. We only have like 3 a.m. bars here, so it's definitely a bar. But he goes, when those are done, let me know. I'll get you more drinks. You don't have to buy no more of your drinks, whatever. So while we're sitting there doing this,
as a female, I'd be like, shit, all right, fucking.
But so the guy that I'm talking to, him and his friend walked past in front of us, and immediately we just locked eyes, and I watched him as he walked past. And I'm like, and my friend is like, what you staring at? I'm like, nothing. Nothing. We're not nothing. We're not looking at nothing. She's like, no, who are you looking at? I'm like, because he's already disappeared around the corner. He tells me later on that basically when he hit the corner, he seen me staring at him. he told his friend, he's like, yo, she's fine, blah, blah, blah. You see her looking. He's like, if I hit back, I'm going to hit the corner again and I'm going to see if she looking. If she looking, it's OV.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he told me he said to him. So, all right. So they hit the corner again. And as soon as he hit the corner, we locked eyes. So they stood. He doesn't approach. He's like, he don't really approach females because he said he don't, he don't.
He's the shy type, right?
So him and his friends stood next to us at the bar. This is what he plotted. He's like, she look at me, blah, blah, blah. And when we come out, we gonna stand. We're gonna stand right here. So here's my friend. He's standing next to my friend, and then his friend.
That bothers me so much because it's like that's your cue to speak.
So I'm sitting there drinking my drink, and I look, and she realized, she's like, oh, that's who you look. She's like, talk to him. I'm like, mm-mm. She's like, why? I said, I'm good. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I was like, he looked good or whatever. I said, but I don't know. She turns around, and she's shorter than me because I'm 5'4". I think she's 5'2". So she turned around and on his arm. Hey.
Hey.
My friend thinks that you look good and blah, blah, blah. He said, say less. Spun around her and stood next to me. And then it was all he needed to know was that.
Yeah.
And and that whole shyness thing went out the window. He was, and I'm like, okay. And like,
what you would think as a dude, like if a female's staring at you, like that's the cue right there. Like that's the cue to go
talk to her.
Right. What the fuck? You know?
But I think he's the type of guy is like he just likes when a female, like it's a confirmation thing for him. Like, all right, I wasn't tweaking. She was looking at me because maybe she's interested in me. I think it's more or less he's worried like if he goes and talks to her that she not, he don't want to waste his time. So he just want to see if they approach him or they say something to him. Yeah. Technically, I didn't approach him though. And I told him that. I was like, technically, I didn't. My friend say something to you, so you spoke to me first. Just want to point that out there. But no, it was like an instant connect. Like, and we started kicking it. It's like, I'm not a nap person. I do not like taking naps. I think I'm just too much of a hyper person to be able to sit down and like close my eyes and rest. I always feel like I have to do. When he's here though, I will sleep. Like that.
Good thing. That's a good thing.
That I was gonna, and that's why I was like that makes like I'm comfortable and I feel safe in his energy for me to just be like he calms me to where I'm just like I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm like, so
that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing.
That it's like stuff like that like it's more than that, but like the connection with him, and I'm just like that's why I'm like so hesitant. Like I'm not trying to give up on it, and I'm not trying to rush it. It's just that I have to slow my own brain down and my overthinking and my feelings and like how I feel about things that I have to remember. And then I always be like, I try to remember. I'm like, he is 22.
Like, hey, look, I'm gonna put it to you this way: the age don't matter; it's how they act that matters.
But yes, you're right. But like, I also feel like at 22, like, and that he's like, he doesn't necessarily know what he. I don't know, and that's not.
Yeah, he's also young, so like he probably wants something with you. But at the same time, like I don't know if he's like an attractive dude or not. Like I don't really know what he looks like, but
he is fine.
Okay. So, putting it from your perspective, right? He's probably getting flirted with a lot of females too. So he's at the same time trying to figure out himself because of that. But he knows he's with somebody, which is you, type of deal. So he's in a little predicament. Now I can tell you.
I want him to be like.
Now I can tell you this though. If we swapped roles and I was in that predicament, I would be with the person that I'm with, type deal. Because I already know she's giving me that full energy and I'm giving that energy back. There's no guarantee that the females that are looking my way or the females that are, coming at me are gonna give me that same energy. Maybe they just want to fuck. Maybe they just want to do
Like,
whatever. But
and I'm like the type, like, I don't know, like, when I really mess with somebody, I want to automatically do things for them. I want to
right,
not necessarily buy them things or anything like that. Just do things for them, like things that'll make it makes me feel good to know that I'm like making someone else happy. Oh,
right.
let me make you something to eat, or you want whatever, or just you don't have. It's not that he asked me to do anything, or hey, can I get this? Like I want to do these things for you. And one of the things he said to me is like he's not used to a female like that. That
He's
it just
probably not. You gotta
he's like,
think. Females our age are acting a whole difference here. Like they worry about.
what
Here's
can you?
and this is very controversial, but I'm gonna say it here right now. Females in our generation, females around our age, they feel like the only thing they have to offer is their womanness. That's it. They don't gotta offer anything else but their presence, and that's very shameful in my opinion. That's very fucked up because I feel like that just means the dude has to do all the work for the relationship, and the female just has to be present for it. That's not
Yeah,
how the fuck that works.
like
So that's what I'm saying. He's most likely used to type
and
of deal.
and because of that, I kind of feel like that may be one of the reasons like he's been so standoffish, because he's like, I don't know if he feels like, dang, what do I have to give to her to, and it's not like I'm just wanting someone that has pure intentions. Like,
Right.
I don't need you to have. I take care of myself. Like, even when I was married, like things like me getting my nails done, that was me. Me getting my hair done. Not saying that my husband didn't like, you here, let me give you some money to get your hair done. But it wasn't something that I was expecting
I
him to
pay for
do.
that stuff. Shit, I want them nails done, them toes done, I want all that shit. And
And the thing is, like, I like that he would like it, but it was something for me to do for myself. Like, I worked, I busted my ass. Let me take care of myself. Let me spoil me, because that's just what I wanted to do for myself. Like, I never was just like, babe, give me money I need money for my nails. I need this. I need that.
which is
No,
very good. That already puts you up here compared to the females of this generation because the females of this generation are like, where's the money coming in? Because I need to get this done. I need to get that done. That already puts you on a higher pedestal than that as
see, I
far as
also,
men look
and I
for.
also grew, like, and I'm not saying like a lot. I grew up in a single parent household. I watched my mom do everything.
Right.
With the help of my grandma or grandpa, but I watched my mom do everything. She dated, but I watched my mom do everything for us. I watched my mom work her ass off. I watched my mom could come home after long work, cook dinner, do all this. I watched my mom do everything. So there was never a time really where there was a male in our life that was doing these things. So as far as I'm concerned, my mom showed me that I can stand on my own. I don't need a male to do. Now, is it nice to have a man in your life that'll be like, no, baby, you don't have to worry about that. I'll take care of it.
Right.
Yes, it is nice, but I don't expect the man to come in my life and just automatically, here, let me cater to you completely. Let me buy all these things. No, I want more than what money can buy me.
I'm gonna
I
say it
want
this way.
more.
I'm gonna say it this way. Expect a man to help you, but don't expect him to do everything because that's not how the fuck that's gonna go.
Exactly. Like, it's not.
No.
And of course the female argument was, well, if he can ask for pussy, you should be able to ask for money.
Okay,
That.
so vice versa. If she can ask for dick, then there goes that argument. Like,
But and that's the thing is like that I've had this conversation with people. I'm like, but guys can do the same thing. No, but they can. It doesn't. It's not a gender role specific thing.
it's not.
It's not
Glad
a
you said
gender
that.
role
It's
specific
not.
thing. So it's like, dang, like I just. And then it like when you have conversations with certain people like that, then they like to label certain females. Oh, you're a pick me. No, I don't give a fuck if anybody picks me, because I'm a pick me all the time. I'm a pick myself. I'm a pick myself. I don't care if nobody I don't want to be picked by anybody, but I will
Right.
be chosen because I am chosen.
I like that answer. I didn't expect that. That's a good fucking answer.
So
Good
it's
answer.
like it's like no,
I
I
don't
just
want to be picked. I want to be chosen. I fuck with that.
yeah, like I just value.
Is that your quote?
I don't. I don't. It's probably quoted somewhere else, but it just came out of my mouth. I don't remember
Yeah,
seeing
no,
it.
because that's a good ass quote. I feel like that's what a lot of people in general need to live by. I don't want to be picked. I want to be chosen.
Yeah, like, and that's how I look at it. I'm like, I don't want somebody like you pick apples, you pick fruit, you pick. I
You
don't.
pick fruit, but you don't choose fruit.
Yeah,
And if you do choose, you choose the one that looks the most, you know,
appealing outside,
edible. Yeah, most appealing. Yeah.
but even when you pick that apple and you're looking at the outside, are you like testing the inside? Are you feeling for the squishy parts because it's probably rotten as fuck on the inside.
Is there a worm in that motherfucker? Like,
But
I
you,
don't know.
but you
Like,
picked it because of its out. It was so shiny and red. You picked it because of the outside appearance. While this apple on the other side that might be a little bruised is the most solid, best, delicious tasting apple, and you fucked up.
there we go. Love it. You just solved it.
So, so me personally, I am trying to find my balance, and
I got you.
like you can be. I'm trying not to become so independent that it makes it impossible for a man to be like, talk to me.
Right.
So finding that balance between for a single woman is being independent, but not so independent that a man's looking like, oh, she's so stubborn, oh, you can't do nothing for her because she'll tell you I can do it for myself. I can do it for myself. Where it was like not I can do it for myself, but like I had a guy, the guy that I was talking to, he got my nails done one time, and he damn near fought me tooth and nail to get it to do it because I would be like, I'm like, no, I can get it done. And be like, why won't you let me do this? And he would get mad. He's like, let me pay for your nails. I'm like, I can pay for it. I can do it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm that person. I'm like, bro, I'm paying for this.
And he literally had to like basically like shut up type. Like I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna let it happen. Just let it happen.
You have to, like, as a female, you gotta let that shit happen. If he's willing to pay for it, you gotta let it happen. You have
And that's one of the things. Like I started like. It started like, all right, fine. All right, fine. All right, fine. But it's like, I think it's like the fear of maybe becoming too dependent on a person and then that person switching up on you. And then now you've allowed yourself to become so dependent on this person that you've lost yourself.
right.
And that's where my fear is because like, I never want to lose myself again in a relationship.
Right. And I think with the right mindset, I don't think you will.
And that's where I've gotten myself at, where I am like I'm trying to be more cautious of the things I say, the people what did I see on Instagram? It said the quote said a lot. You're right. The quote basically it said, I had no business letting a lot of y'all experience me. And that's something I had to take accountability for. Like, you constantly want to be like, oh, I hate that but you allowed that person into your life. You allowed that person to be in your aura. So now you have to take responsibility for allowing them in your space. It's not their fault. They did some fucked up shit, but you allowed it. So, like, that's accountability. Like, I'm learning to take accountability for the actions and the things that I let happen. So now when things happen, I'll be like, oh, shit. All right. I see where I messed up. I see how I could have did differently or whatever. So, and I'm not going to say that comes with age. I think that just comes with life experience.
It comes with how, not necessarily age,
experience
how they rose up, how they grown up, everything like that.
Because I'm like even like my son who comes in here, he's 14. That he's been here before. Like
he's 14. You look like a grown ass man, fucking 6'9" and shit.
No, my little baby is my little baby. He's only 5'2". Now my 15-year-old is the one that's 6'3".
The one that asked for the charger, that motherfucker.
He just
Like,
looks tall because I'm sitting on the ground and he's
no,
leaning over
he's
me.
he's tall as fuck.
He is
You
5'2".
you make hey, it's your job to make sure he gets in the NBA or the NFL.
He he's gonna get there.
It is.
He
I want you to make sure that happens, that he gets
I
there.
look.
I want you. No, I personally want
As
you to
his
make
mama,
sure he gets there.
I'm a push him. Trust me, I'm a push him. But he also pushes himself. Like he's got plans. His he wants a PC. One, he is a gamer. He uses a keyboard. He doesn't use things. So he's mom. I want a PC. I'm trying to stream when I play my games. He's like, if I start young, I know I can build a following. They make money. Not only that, he said, I'm not only going to do that though. I'm going to the NBA. He also wants a clothing line.
The
So
NBA. What team does he want to play for?
we haven't he hasn't
Ask
really
him.
decided. I think he went out. He might have went to his friend's house because he can't. No, they're in my car. They like to sit
Okay.
in my car.
I don't know if you've been to a game. Is he good? Is he good at that 3-point shot? 3-pointers.
He is a very good 3-point shot.
Tell him to go to the Celtics.
Go to Celtics.
That's my favorite team. Tell him
Celtics.
hey, the Celtics are the way to go.
Yeah, no, he's surprisingly like I thought because he was short. Like okay, so over the summer there his 7th grade year like over the summer because my boys are from Chicago. They just
So he's
moved
probably
here.
gonna want to go to the Bulls or whatever the fuck. But look,
I don't think he's gonna want to go to the Bulls though.
Celtics. He wants to be the next great Celtic. How about that? He wants to be the next great Celtic. Get him over there.
I'm gonna like whisper in his ear when he's sleeping.
Like obviously they do the draft. Whoever he gets drafted to is whoever he gets drafted to. But the goal is to beat the next great Celtic.
Celtic, heard. I will pass that message along. I got you.
Do it.
Look, so this is the request from you.
Especially because he said the next NBA. You know what I'm saying?
What are you drinking?
It's coquito. It's a traditional Puerto Rican liquor drink, rum drink.
What is it?
It's called coquito. I'm not Puerto Rican. But I like it. You know what I'm saying?
It's called coquito.
Yeah. So I feel like where I was on the East Coast. So I'm originally from Colorado, where a lot of Mexicans are cool, whatever. But I moved to the East Coast where there's not so many Mexicans. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans. So I learned a lot of traditions. I learned kind of how to speak like them too, because I went to Puerto Rico for a week and they all thought I was one of them type of deal. It was cool. But coquito is one of those drinks that I really like, and it's a traditional drink. So I'm here drinking.
You're gonna have the same. I like trying new things. So I'm like, at first I'm like, is it eggnog or horchata?
Nah, I didn't know horchata. I mean, I could have had horchata with some rum in it or something, you know what I'm saying? But I decided to have coquito. It's Don Q rum, which is rum from Puerto Rico. And it's got some cinnamon in there and a whole bunch of other shit. So
that sounds fire.
It's good as fuck. I can say I got a good buzz going on right now. Like it's good as fuck.
I'm about to have a good buzz going on in a minute.
In a minute, I thought she was about to get started with me on this podcast. That's what I thought was happening.
Cause I will.
I'm under the explicit category. You do what you want to do.
Oh, period. Cause I'm trying to get.
I've been here smoking. I've been here drinking. Like, what are we doing here? You know what
I'm saying? I'm so used to like really of course it's different than TikTok. Like when I go live on TikTok, I try
you can't
not
do that. Yeah, I've got banned. I've gotten banned
like
5 times for the dumb shit I've done.
I'd be like, bro, I remember when I first started, I used to get banned like for the smallest stuff. Where now I be scared. Like,
see, YouTube got my back. You feel me? They hypnotized me and they're like, do what you want to do. While we throw money. Like, okay, cool. I'm gonna smoke on here. I'm gonna drink on here. I don't give a fuck.
Cause I'm like, I need to smoke.
Roll up.
But yeah,
she was so quick to grab that shit too. She said, "If you say so, fucking."
Right. Hey, so again, no. But like, yeah, with TikTok. So I'm TikTok
TikTok is the most what's the word for it? It's the most toxic social media app there is out there.
Yeah, it's gone beyond Facebook toxic.
It's toxic as fuck, but at the same time, TikTok is very great for
Creators.
finding people to collab with people. Like, hence how I found you. You know, I was in your live, and I was like, shit, like let's get this shit going.
Hell
And here
yeah.
we are. And here we are today. So TikTok is good for collabing with people, but at the same time, it's very toxic. Like, I could
Like,
start a live right now, and I don't know how much shit talk I'm gonna get, how much weird comments I'm gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
can we
It's,
all can we talk about that for a second? So I I know that I don't go live consistently. And it's one of those things. One is just because I am an introverted person for the most part. Like, I don't really care to be on there. I do have my moments where I'm like, all right, I want to be social. Let me get on social media. Let me get on my TikTok live. Um, but the shit that people be on there, like, I've got some of the weirdest shit said to me, and I do have moderators. I do
what
have
kind of
moderators.
what kind of weird shit? Like, I don't think when I was even in your life, I don't even think they took me seriously, to be honest with you, because I was like, hey, like, I'm the podcaster, like, I want to bring you on to a pod. I don't even know if they took me seriously.
No, I don't think they did. But
It's not
after you hit,
until they click on my profile and see how many followers I have, then they're like, oh, okay, this dude's motherfucking legit.
like, after I looked at your stuff, I'm like, all right, because I've had a couple of guys do that, and they just honestly just be on bullshit. Like, that's their way
Right.
of, like, let me try to talk to you. But then I said, I'm like, oh no, he's legit. All right, cool, I'm down. Like, yeah, let's go. And you're the first podcast I've done, so I appreciate it though, because you've introduced me to, like, another avenue of something. Like, you've introduced me into another thing where
Right. And I'm known as like a virtual podcast. I don't do the shit where like they got the mic set up, the whole
yeah,
soundboard, all that shit. I want to get there one day. Don't get me wrong. I want to
you
get there.
will, you will.
I want to get to that point.
You're
But I
building that
started.
foundation for it. You're
But I
building that
started
foundation.
right. But when I first started podcasting, it wasn't even this shit right here. It was just Spotify audio. That's it. Like, there was
But
no video shit. There was nothing. It was just audio, Spotify. Here we go.
yeah, I like you're interesting because, like, this, I'm like when I do my lives, it's always awkward for me because I can't see anybody. So I am having these conversations with essentially just faceless people. Faceless is just words. So when I do my live and no one actually interacts, I always feel weird because I'm like, well, all right. Like, I don't know what to talk about. So I feel like the most time that I get the most people is when I do go live when I'm at work, because people see me doing other stuff. Like, you see me outside of, like, my home environment. When I'm at work, I have a bit of a different personality, but I have to be active around other people. I have to be like this social butterfly person. I'm a
Right.
server and I'm a dental assistant, so both my jobs just require me to constantly talk to people and constantly
Right.
whatever. So
Right. And I
it was,
popped in your live when you was working, when you was serving type thing.
mm-hmm.
So
So it's like, it's always awkward. I always feel so awkward because I'm like, I don't know what these people are doing on the other side of the screen. And sometimes guys will get on there.
probably jerking it.
Some guys get on there and they say some weird stuff. Like, I had one guy who was
Yeah,
like,
probably jerking it. They're probably jerking the
can
shit.
I see your feet? I'm like, excuse me? Can you
Excuse
what?
me.
I was like, why do you want to see my feet? I just want to see your toes. I said, not for free. You won't. This motherfuckers out here get paid for this shit. You think I'm just going to put here and
First off, what is it about feet that attracts people?
I am not a fit person. One, do not touch my feet.
I'm not either. I don't understand the whole thing about feet is like people walk on that shit on a daily basis. What is it with feet that people are
They
so
be in shoes and socks and sweaty, and you want to do what?
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna ask you this, right? This is gonna be kind of a weird question, but females' feet stink too, right? Okay, so what is it about feet that are so attractive? Like, do you like that shit, or like,
I
what
don't know,
is it?
because I know if I've worked like a double shift on serving, or I've gone from dental assisting in the morning and serving, and I ain't had time to go take a shower. I've literally just had to bounce from one job to the next. These boys be sweaty. I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh no, when I take my shoes off, they smell like roses. No, if it's been one of them days, I'd be like, oh, like no, we finna, yeah, no. So I don't understand what the foot fetish is.
I don't either.
I
Like,
don't
okay,
know.
I could say like to my significant other, like I'll massage your feet. Like, I have no problem with that. But putting them in my mouth is a whole different level than fucking massaging them. And I've said this on multiple episodes before. Putting them in your mouth is a different level than just massaging them. Because what the
Look,
fuck are you doing?
I
You
might
know what
let
I'm
you.
saying?
I might let you massage, but I'm also very ticklish. So like, I don't know. I'm not like the only person who really touched my feet outside of myself is the man that does my pedicures, and it's the same man all the time. And when he
Yeah,
do it,
I get pedicures too, and I'm gonna tell you that them shits, like when they get ticklish and shit, I'm like, fuck off, bro. Like, you need to chill with that bullshit. Like, I
like
get you trying to scrub this shit off, but like, bro, like,
the same guy's name is Jace, and he does my thing. He'd be like, "Oh, there go my favorite girl." I'm like, "Yeah, I've been waiting on you," and he'll like, "All right, we finna." He said, "Don't kick me." He's like, "Cause you know we finna get to the part." I'm like, "Just," I was like, "Chase, just don't be extra, cause you like to be extra." He'd be like, "I promise I won't be," And he's an Asian guy, so he be
yeah,
talking so much shit, and I just love it. But like a guy that I'm talking to, like, just here, let me get to rub it on your feet. I might kind of be like, hold on, what you doing? But I think it's just one of those. It's also one of those comfortability things. Like that's like me having to like feel that comfortable with you to be like, all right, you could do
right.
that. But we played this game last Saturday. Oh, he brought the groceries up. Okay, cool. Daddy, Deshaun, Shadow. You hear me talking to you?
But anyway, we're about at that hour mark. So
Yay!
at the end of every episode, I have a Q&A and everything. So you'll answer like 5 questions that the viewers and the listeners tap in and send their questions. I apologize if they're weird as fuck. Just heads up. You know what I'm saying?
Heard,
Just,
heard.
just heads up. So here's the first one here.
Where do I see myself 10 years from now? Um, Hopefully living in Nashville. Um, I am going back to school to be a hygienist next year, next
Whoa.
fall. I'm already a dental assistant, so I'm taking it one step further to be a hygienist. I would like to be a traveling hygienist, uh, as well as being able to have my clothing line to
Word.
to where it's up and running.
I got you.
Hmm.
Hey, you'll get that shit running. I got you. And then here's the next one.
Um,
That's a good question. Hey, whoever asked that one,
what
love to you.
I think it was the fact that you popped in there, you like a podcast. It was something I haven't done,
Right.
and when I went and checked out your IG and everything, I'm like, okay, this is legit. All right, let's give it a try. Let's do something you haven't done. Let's step outside of that comfort zone. So I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna say the YouTube is still pretty new to the game because, like I said, I started when it was just audio, Spotify. That was it. Then I worked my way up to getting the YouTube, and now getting the Apple Podcast. Which shout out to them, for
That's
getting shit
that's
out.
so good. That's the like rungs of the ladder though. Like you're climbing it. You started. How Drake say I started from the bottom and I'm here type shit. But you are building yourself. That it takes a foundation. You can't just, oh, I live on the 5th floor or whatever, but where's the rest of the building? Like, how did you get up there?
Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
So
No,
yeah,
and we still building to to this day. So
and that's what's up. So I'm definitely happy to be a part of something like that.
hell yeah, I'm happy you were down to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? I see you as a content creator, doing your thing, and here you are today. And I mostly have content creators on here, so here
Thank you.
we are. Here we are. And here's the next question. They ask a lot about me today. What's
They
y'all
want to
today?
say, like, what do you think about him?
What's going on today?
Down to earth, that's not one word. Earthly.
Earthly. I hope I'm not from fucking Venus or Jupiter. You know what I'm saying?
You never know. You never know. I'm convinced I'm an alien. So
I mean, they call a lot of us Mexicans aliens, but what do I know?
I didn't say it. Real.
Okay.
Trying to think, because there's a couple of things, like, okay, so earth, like, you're down to earth. I do think that you're an authentic person. That's saying real. You seem like a very goal oriented person as well.
Very much so.
And I'm sorry, those aren't necessarily words to describe it, like, in
I would say they are. Goal oriented is probably the best way to describe it. Like I want to
focus.
see how far the shit can go.
Focus. There.
Focus. There we go. Okay, I fuck with it. And then the next one here. Hey, there's a weird one right there.
In certain situations, do you cover your eyes or your whole face? Or probably my whole face. You'll see me like, oh. Yeah, certain situations I might be like,
So what makes you cover your whole face?
Cause I know if my mouth don't say it, my face will.
So I mean, like when you're saying like when you cover your whole face, are you covering your eyes and nose and mouth, like all that shit?
No, like it just be more or less like right here. Like sometimes, or it just like I might do like this because I'm trying to like block whatever facial expression that I know is about to come out from whatever happened. Or if it's a shy, it also happens like if I feel shy about something, like I kind of just like do something like this or whatever.
I think they're saying like if you cover your eyes more or like your whole entire face type deal. I don't know. That's what I'm getting from that question.
I feel like they need to be more elaborate on that.
Yeah, they need to elaborate.
Some elaboration because it sounded like, what do you mean cover my face? What for certain what type of, give me the situation that I'm covering my, what do you mean certain situations? How would you imitate this emoji?
No, I kind of feel him for this one though. Like what?
Oh, like that's all. I don't know. Do you guys? Okay, so that emoji and that one face emoji where it's like that big weird awkward smile is like, damn, like oh my god, like dang, did that just happen? Or like, oh, like it's a shocking thing. Like you're embarrassed, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're embarrassed for yourself, but it could be like maybe an embarrassment from whatever situation that you're having to witness, that you feel like you feel it. I don't know. Like that's how I'm like.
I get what you're saying, but like, so my question going off of this, right? Have you ever done that emoji in real life before?
Mm-hmm.
For real?
I made that. Have I made that? Yep, I've done that exact thing. Like, oh shit! Like, you ever see somebody get hit?
Like hit, like
punched.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Oh, like I've
been the person punching the other mother.
Like I watched the fight where I had to go like.
You actually did that during a fight before?
Yeah, cause I was like, they was getting beat up, but they they weren't getting jumped. It was a one-on-one fight, and to be honest, they initiated the fight with the person because I'm assuming they thought that person was an easy target. Turned out
Right.
that person was not an easy target. But I was watching the fight, and there were parts of the fight. It's like watching a scary movie and not really want to watch it, but you want to watch it, and that's what it was like for me. So yes, I do it in movies as well. Scary movies.
just
Right.
like just like that. Like you're covering your whole face, you peeking type shit. What scary movie did that for you?
Um, any movie with people like Chucky, I hate him. I don't like zombies.
Okay.
Well, I wholeheartedly believe that one day we're gonna go through a zombie apocalypse. And I just want to say, kill me. Just I don't even want to go through it. Just kill me. Um, my husband used to play a
Nah, you
lot of.
could be that. You could be that one badass black girl that had the katana and shit. You know, from The
Oh,
Walking Dead. Like
Sean, Miss Sean.
Michonne, yeah.
So I did watch the walk. My husband obsessed with zombies. We watch World War Z. We watch every zombie movie, whatever. Because and of course I would watch them with him and be like, and we talk about how we were survived. He'd be like, "Babe, I got you." He's like, "I would keep you as a pet if you got bit." I was like, "That's fucked
That'd be kind of funny though. Like, are you
up.
hungry? You know what I'm saying?
But we used to play, like when he would play Call of Duty in zombie mode. I would play with him, but I was such like I would be
Yeah,
so
that
scared.
shit so
I
much.
would be scared because my aim sucks. So I'm sitting there shooting at one zombie while I'm getting attacked by a whole bunch of other ones. So
So
I
even
started
while you're so even while you're playing the game, you're still doing that.
out. No, not like that. I'm just sitting there trying. Look, it was bad. So I started just training zombies at this point for him, where like when he would go, it was when they were in like the Rome arena when they drank whatever they went and they went back. Um, I would just train the zombies. So like he kill so many, get so many down, and he'd be like, "Don't kill like the last three. Just let him chase you around because he doesn't want to start the next thing while he's trying to find the Easter eggs and shit." So I'd be running around the fucking thing, just like in the game, dodge. That part was fun for me. I'm like, if I could do this in real life and just like tease them and like jump around, all right, cool, you can't catch me type thing. But yeah, I use that face in real life, but.
I always thought people didn't do that in real life. Like I always thought people didn't do that exact face in real life. But I guess there's some people
That's
that
in,
do.
so that would have been one of the moments where I would have used that face, but I tried not to because
So
that's
again,
what
how would you do that face again?
I don't know. It just happens. It's like it just depends. Like it just like I'll be like,
Are you doing one eye or both eyes? I can't even tell.
oh, I'll do one. I'll just
Just one, just to kind of see if it's over type deal.
like all right, cool. Like that is, I'll do this. I'll do this a lot. I'm like, I'll have my hands in. Like I keep my hands in my face. Like when stuff, you can tell when I'm stressed or when something's annoying me because I just go like this and I'm just like,
But
yeah.
does it ever actually go over, or do you just keep it there?
Oh no, it goes over my face.
Yeah.
Like, I find myself doing it when I don't want nobody like at work, and I'm trying to keep myself from saying mean things because
Right.
I'm a very passive aggressive person.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm so nice and like I'm so easy to get along with. So when people do stupid stuff to me, it's like hard for me to just. I'm like. So I'll just like if someone's in my face and I don't like. I'll sit up there like this and just look at them like. I'll have my friend be like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like,
So believe it or not, and this is what I'm getting because that's been a questions like that and questions about the hands being over the face. That's been a question since the beginning of my podcast. So I really feel like that's a kink or fetish or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know. We live in a generation where anything and everything can be a kink or a fetish, and anything and everything can be anything and everything. So
"Why? Why would it be?"
I I'm gonna just leave that alone. I would just leave that alone because I don't know either. I would just leave that shit alone. Like people have what they like and people have what they don't like. Like it is what it
Oh
is. Types.
God. Oh God.
You do have pretty nails though. Like I'm gonna end off with that.
Yo.
But go
It
ahead,
might.
go ahead, shout out your social medias to everybody.
All right. So, if you want to follow me on IG, you can follow me at Riri_Montega. It's a little different with the TikTok. Am I getting y'all? I'm getting cussed out. Um, so if you want to follow me on TikTok, I don't know. Let me see if I could. There you go. You guys see it.
I can't even really see that. We underscore. Oh, okay, yeah, that's easy. We underscore Montego.
But
Montego.
the E is a 3, just because I would. Why not?
Why the
Why not?
fuck not?
Why not? Yeah. But yeah, I don't really say follow my Facebook because I don't really post on my Facebook. That's more or less for like
I
people that
got
I'm like.
Facebook for family. That's it.
Yeah, my Facebook is more or less people that I like went to high school with and people that like just family and all that stuff. But I
Right,
just reactivated it because I actually hate Facebook and I only keep it up for family.
right, right, right. So y'all go
So
here. Y'all go tap into her Instagram. Y'all go tap into her TikTok. She goes. I don't know how often you go live, but y'all go tap into her
I
live too.
I promise you, if I get more people that are more consistent in my life, like I know that I need to be more consistent. So it's not just on them. It is me and what I'm doing. There's also, like I said, it is me. This was me stepping out and out of the box and into like a more comfortable thing for me to do.
Right.
It's like that with TikTok, even though this is easier because I can see the person that I'm talking to. On TikTok, I'm looking
It's like a
at
it's like a it's like a FaceTime call, but
yeah,
like
I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at myself. I'm trying to read comments, trying to figure out, okay, what do I talk about, or what do I do? But I just know how to be myself, and
and
like,
I'm glad for that. You was definitely yourself tonight. You know, people gonna see that for sure.
so
And
it's
you know, what I'm
like, yeah,
saying
like,
this was a good episode, definitely. And I'm glad that you
oh,
was down to be on. I'm glad you was down to be on. I'm glad you was down to bring this episode alive. And
we're gonna have to do it again in like, I don't know, like whatever, just 6 months to see what progress we unmade.
oh,
It's
absolutely,
really like 6 months
absolutely.
to see what progress I've been made, like what you've been up to.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it to you this way: as long as you're down for a part two, there will be a part two.
bad
Nothing wrong with that.
always. Oh,
Absolutely. So, with that being said, I appreciate you coming on, and you have a good rest of your night.
all right. Good night. Thank you. Later.